Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic review in which we are taking a look at the CL-13B Mark 6 sitting at 9.3 battle rating in the German line. This is a fun plane, the CL-13. Another CL-13 is of course always good. This one performs even better than the CL-13A and that is always nice. But in the up tiers against the 10.0 planes, this plane has some problems, as do all Sabres, by the way. As you are on top speed and you have to make maneuvers at that speed to, get out of the way of a missile, you run the risk of ripping wings. And I've been seeing this quite a bit. I died, half of my deaths in this thing is caused by wing rips, created by myself by defensive maneuvers against missiles predominantly. And yeah, that's a problem. I mean, you are not the fastest plane anymore. The CL-13 always had the capability of running away, and in the CL-13B and actually also in the older 9.0 Sabres, you do not have that speed advantage anymore, especially not in the CL-13, which used to be the fastest plane in the game, right? So not happening anymore. You can't run away. So you have a T2 or a MiG-19 behind you, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers behind you. You try to escape, but you can't run away. He closes in, and when he's at a kilometer, he shoots a missile at you. You're at top speed. You have to make a maneuver, and even without the new booster modification, this plane can rip its wings then if you're not careful. So be aware of that and don't make the same mistake. Well, you're going to make the mistake, and you're going to see that it does happen a lot. And that is one of the main downsides of the Sabres, I feel, in the up tier matches to 10.0. This plane is still fast though. The maximum speed at sea level is 1103 kilometers an hour. At 4500 meters this is 847, and at 6500 meters this is 744. That is decent speed, of course, not the fastest plane, as we have many planes that are faster now, but still when you go down to 9.0 this is the fastest plane, and at its battle rating it is also quite nice. In the speed department, top speed in a dive is 1112 kilometers an hour before she redlines and 1212 before she rips apart. Now that is a decent dive speed at the battle rating. Control stiffening is not too good. The roll rate starts to seriously take a beating at 850, and the compression really starts to kick in at 950, which is already very quickly after the first tick you feel at 850. You feel a severe tick at 950, at which point you can't get guns on target anymore on many planes. So you basically want to get out of the dive. The elevator does stay functional for a while longer, but at that speed you basically want to pull out. The stall speed in this plane is 135 kilometers an hour. That is quite decent actually. And in the vertical, this plane it performs nicely. It handles pretty well, but it absolutely you have to be very careful who you're fighting against. That was already true for the old MiGs and stuff like that, who are very good in the vertical. But with these new planes in the vertical, this plane is very dangerous, especially against those planes. I mean, a T2 at top speed can go to 10,000 meters from sea level. So that is some energy retention to speak of, right? So stall maneuvers in this plane, probably not. Be careful there. The firepower in this plane is very good. You have 6 12.7mm M3 Browning machine guns, also known as 50 cals, and 300 rounds per gun. A universal belt I used because well, I just wanted to see where the bullets were flying. In jets it's also it's important, at least in my opinion, unless you are a jet flyer only and you're very experienced with jets and you fly a lot of Americans with the 50 cals, then you probably don't need it. But me flying all kinds of different jets lately, I kind of needed to see where I was shooting. So universal belt is what I used. It worked fine. Stealth is also very good, always for 50 cals. I used the 600 meter convergence. You can also equip this plane with 8 VAR rockets, 16 of them, 2 1,000 pound bombs, and of course 2 AIM-9B Sidewinder missiles, which are very effective and especially in down tiers are very fun to have on the CL-13. This plane rocks at down tiers, but I haven't seen many down tiers, I have to say. And most of the time you are facing the T2s and the MiG-19s and all that jazz, and you're gonna have a tough time. But still, you can get people. I mean, you just gotta use this plane from the sides and as a support plane. The ammo load is great, as I said, with the 50 cals, 300 rounds per gun is fantastic. Acceleration in a straight line is very good, in a dive as well. Energy retention in the horizontal is excellent. You know, the Sabres, fantastic, and the CL-13s in particular. The energy retention in the vertical is better than in the CL-13A, and it feels very good to great. But you have so many people who are better than you. You have to be very careful in the vertical and not lose too much speed. The climb rate is very good. It's just nice. Turn time is good to very good with flaps. The flaps rip off at 650, which is quite decent rip speed for the flaps. Roll rate is excellent, one of the strong points in this plane. But as you are on full speed, this is an Achilles heel as well against the MiG-19 you see there on the left and the T2 there. They will always catch you in the speed department, and then you have to maneuver against the missiles they're gonna fire. And you can rip your wings. Be aware. This is, well, not fun when it happens. Maneuverability in the plane is overall great. Overheating is not an issue at all. Can't really overheat this plane. You have to really do your best to do that. Durability is bad though. This plane doesn't take damage well at all. And yeah, you want to avoid damage if you can. But it's going to be tough. There's a lot of competition and you're going to face a lot of the up tiers. Because this plane is 9.3 and you will be in the 10.0 matches. Most of the time, let's say. Most of the time. A true boom and zoomer, boom and runner this plane. Very good in that department. But, you know, you're gonna have to maneuver against the MiG-19s and stuff like that. The missiles change the dynamics and you cannot use this plane purely to its strengths. Because there's so many enemies right now that are faster than you, and they will outrun you. And I mean, you can't catch up to them. So if they're already at this distance, you can't fire a missile unless they are damaged, and so they run away from you. And when they turn around and come after you, you have to run like hell. So you're gonna have to use the roll rate and stuff like that. And it's just a little bit of a difficult position right now for the Sabres, in my opinion. I'm very curious to see what you guys think of this, but that's my experience in this plane so far, and I guess it's the same for the other Sabres, which have the same problems and the same downsides right now with the wings. 3 kills again in this match. These were some of my later matches where I got used to how to fly this plane and come a little bit from the sides as a support plane. It worked much better than that in that sense. Let's see what we got. We got 2 fire arrows. I never had that. 2 rocket kills, or 2 missile kills in one match, so that was nice. I got anti-mech, I got Terror of the Sky, and Bulletproof. 41,000 Silver Lions and almost 4,000 research points. We had a first place in the team with that, I think. Yeah, we did, and I also had a battle task done, so that's nice. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are, after the match. The CL-13B Mark 6 is a plane that is fun to fly. It looks fantastic, it feels very nice. It's a good plane, but it runs into some problems for me in the defensive area, and the fact that this plane is strongest in the boom and zoom, boom and run roll, and it needs its speed for that. It used to have great advantage, at least the CL-13A in the old days had a great advantage of its speed. It could run away from everybody. As a downside to that, the Sabres have a weakness in the wings, especially with boosters on. That's definitely not what you want to do, because you will rip your wings left and right in this plane, avoiding missiles alone, let alone defensive dogfights. Before or after 750 kilometers an hour, you can already rip your wings with the new boosters on, that modification. So you got to put that off. and work without it. But even without it, if you're on top speed trying to get away from several T2s or something like that, and they're catching on you and they're shooting missiles at you, you gotta maneuver in this plane, and wing rips happen left and right. And not that if it wouldn't happen, you would win against 3 or 4 opponents, but if it's one opponent, you do have a chance in the defensive maneuvers, and the wing rips in this plane are just very saddening, let's say, very saddening. And I'm curious, as I said, to know what you guys think of this. Have you noticed the same? I think this is the main weakness for the Sabres in this new world of missile, the new missile age. This is definitely something the Sabres have problems with. Anyway, let me know if you found a way to work around it, because I'll take that tip with me into the next Sabre that I'll fly. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.